true believers. This is Doc Hogg, and welcome to episode 55 of Comics and Variety. If you like this channel, please do subscribe. Hit the notification bell to be notified when I post new videos, and for the sake of YouTube's search algorithm, please do hit the like button. Now, before we move on to Event Leviathan, I want to mention an indie comic that I am backing called Magic Cop by Philip Diaz. Magic Cop has reached and exceeded its fixed goal of $3,000. So congratulations to Mr. Diaz. I explained why I was backing this comic in a previous video. Suffice to say here that it is a combination of Dungeons and Dragons and Miami Vice, and I'm quite certain that if you back it, you will enjoy it. Currently, it has less than 48 hours to go on its campaign. So if you want to back it, you should get on it as soon as you can. I'll provide a link to the Indiegogo page in the description below. Alrighty, moving on to Event Leviathan. I'm enjoying the first three issues of Event Leviathan a great deal, even though it started out a bit slow. I had to reread issues 1 and 2 to get a full handle on what was going on, so that is a bit of a strike against it. But I found it is sometimes worth giving books a second chance. And if on the second reading it's not doing it for me, then it is probably not a good comic book, at least for me. So what is Event Leviathan? It is basically about a villain that calls itself Leviathan that has destroyed all of the organizations in the world intelligence community in the DC universe, including Argus, DEO, Spiral, and Cadmus. And Batman teams up with a bunch of other heroes to track down and stop Leviathan. The other heroes are Robin, Lois Lane, Green Arrow, The Question, Plastic Man, and The Silencer. The series opens with Batman and Lois Lane investigating the ruins of the Argus building, where they encounter a wounded Colonel Steve Trevor, who survived the Argus attack. Trevor then attacks Lois Lane, thinking that she is Leviathan, and Green Arrow intervenes and stops him. And this is the theme that is running through the first three issues, paranoia. Indeed, it is the superhero's weakness, and Leviathan seems to be able to exploit it. Now, issue 2 begins with a conversation between Batman and Jason Todd, formerly Robin, now the Red Hood, talking about who might be Leviathan. And we then go to a scene with Colonel Sam Lane, who is targeted by Leviathan. The superhero The Question is in Lane's hospital room waiting to see if someone else, another stooge, will come for Lane. And yes, one of Leviathan's soldiers does come for Lane. The Question fights him, and then Lane shoots and kills the stooge or the soldier or whatever. Now the conversation then continues between Batman and Jason Todd, and then the comic moves on to Plastic Man, who is trying to investigate the dead body, and Leviathan shows up and takes the body. But before he does, Leviathan tells Plastic Man that they know each other. And then Leviathan starts running down a list of superhero organizations where he and Plastic Man, I assume it's a he, may have, mingled, such as the Justice League, All-Star Squadron, Secret Six, etc. And it kind of makes you wonder whether Leviathan knows that the paranoia is growing among these superheroes, and that's why he is telling Plastic Man that they know each other, because issue 2 then goes back to Batman and Jason Todd, and then it becomes clear that this group of superheroes has come to the conclusion that Jason Todd is Leviathan. And at the end of issue 2, well, I really like this double splash page ending here for issue 2. Lots of details here in the artwork, especially if you look closely on the buildings. Now, issue 3 picks up with a conversation among the superheroes about their fight with Jason Todd. It then moves to the fight, and this is really one of the best battles I've seen in a comic book in quite some time. They all jump off the building and fight on the way down. The art is very good. The battle, it's not hard to understand what is going on here. And that is something that is a problem in a lot of comic books these days. At least it seems to me. Sometimes the fights are hard to follow, and you have to reread it 2 to 3 times to realize what is going on. But really not this fight. So kudos to the artist, Alex Maleev, on that. The only thing that is wrong with this is that Todd defeats Batman, Robin, The Question, Plastic Man, Silencer, and Green Arrow. I'm not sure Todd could really do that as great as he is. I mean, maybe. But, that's, to me, that just seems a little too unrealistic, even by the standards of comic books. Anyway, at the end, Todd is talking to Lois Lane. She's kind of trying to interrogate him. And Todd notes that if Leviathan has all of the info from the intelligence agencies now, then Leviathan knows how to play them off of each other. And then he tells her that they should be looking for Amanda Waller, since, Waller spearheaded this entire intelligence world. And because of that, they would be able to find Leviathan, because Leviathan is next going to go after Amanda Waller. And that is where issue 3 ends, with Leviathan indeed going after Waller, and Superman shows up on the final page to rescue her. And I'm looking forward to issue 4, because I suspect Leviathan is ready for Superman. Leviathan has access to all of Superman's secrets now, so it will be interesting to see how it plays out. At any rate, I'm really enjoying Event Leviathan. I'd recommend it. Certainly, the first 3 issues are worth the price, and let's just hope that issues 4 to 6 are just as good. Okay, that music means that it is time for Hogg's Headlines, all the news that Doc Hogg wants to report on. Dateline, a big fan of Marvel Comics.
And who's your favorite Marvel Comics hero? Mine is Superman. Remember the motto? With great power comes great responsibility.
Dateline, is that a trophy in your pocket, or are you just glad to see me?
There's a trophy at stake, I understand.
There is.
Where's the trophy?
Is this like a run-of-the-mill trophy that you get
or
from,
what is this, something cool? Bring
whatever,
it in.
Jason.
Wow.
Oh, no, that.
Which we'll just take home with us today.
Yeah, that's, wow. That's interesting. You all at home can think what you will about that trophy.
I guess you could say if you get the trophy, you're the wiener.
That's very impressive. Okay, what else are you putting on top of your toast here?
They said you could remove the trophy to be in my ear, but I don't want to touch it.
Yeah.
You could just leave it there. It's fine.
Yeah,
Whatever.
Good luck. In a weird way, I hope you win and hope you don't win the trophy. Yeah, right? Make a necklace
Where do you
out
put
of
it? You mount it? I don't know what you do.
Please don't say that.
Okay.
Okay, that's all for now. Until next time, have a very nice day.
You mount it? I don't know what you do.
Please don't say that.
Okay.